awareness and composing the mind relative, because I spoke with another hacker coming. Usually, the normal term people use is before meditation, they compose your mind. So it came back to me, and when you said, when I told them that be aware, is it the same as compose your mind?
Okay.
What's
Okay.
it?
So you want to develop the understanding, huh? That's your question, huh? Okay, thank you, Sadhu, for the good question. You see, the problem with a lot of Buddhist practitioner or so-called Buddhist cultivator is they don't really understand what sati is. Then when we use word like mindful, aware, it becomes like very difficult to comprehend. That's why they come out with another term which maybe they heard from somebody. Is mindfulness the same as composed mind? Or is awareness and the composed mind same? So what is your understanding? Based on your true understanding. So I will not waste time by going directly into it to explain to you. We can simply develop the understanding through inquiry. What is a composed mind? Like last time they used the word mindfulness. It has two parts, mind in fullness. But they never inquire full of what? If it's full of thought, then there is not sati. There is heedless thinking. That's why that word is very important. If you choose the wrong word, you cannot understand. Then because I understand, when somebody asked me this or actually questioned me back, it was my last teacher, my last guy. He said, you Buddhists very funny, he said. You use the word mindfulness. That mind there already knock you off. The awareness is before the knowing. There is no mind. But he didn't say it's before the knowing. He said it doesn't involve the thinking mind. But he cannot explain it that way. He just know that the awareness, he overused awareness, has nothing to do with mind, is it? Because he has that nature, he understands that. Then I explained to him, I say, the Buddhists, when they coined this word, they didn't coin it properly. Mindfulness means mind in fullness. Full of what? I say, fully aware. And then say fully aware. Why would I use the word mindfulness? The mind that is fully aware means without thought. Then you are already mindful. So with this understanding, now we compare a composed mind. If your mind is composed, let's say, based on one, because maybe you have faith, that's why your mind becomes composed, quiet, peaceful. But it may not be in sati, because that composed mind is born of faith. Understand? So the spiritual faculty of faith, when it is there without any movement, then during that time, maybe that composed mind is peaceful, collected, composed, don't have much thought. But you must understand, it is not aware. Do you understand? Because the faith can be there, but the awareness is another spiritual faculty. The composed mind could be born of faith. When you have faith, your mind becomes very composed. There is no doubt. You don't go and think. You do not doubt. You are composed because you don't have doubt. You have faith. So that faith brings forth the composed mind. But the mind that is composed may not have virya, may not be in sati, may not be aware. So that's why it's still different. So Explain to them. Don't try to make life difficult. When you are not clear, say you are not clear. You want to understand. And then very easy. Can you be silent without thought? The moment you are without thought, you are aware. Because mind can only do one thing at a time. True or not? Either you are lost in thought, preoccupied with what you are thinking, or you are completely silent without thought. When you are completely silent without thought, you can be aware, isn't it? If without thought, the awareness surface. But how many people can be without thought? Because of your mental hindrance. Because people lack spiritual faculty, they never train their mundane mind. That's why they can never be in a state of without thought. That's why I say relax, maintain awareness, silent everything. Don't try to know, don't do anything. Then you will understand what sati is. Awareness before the knowing. You just aware. Before the perception, before the concept, the idea. Like when you look at something, it could be a poster, it could be a Buddha Rupang, or whatever. But that perception of that thing is not there yet. Like a baby, when it perceives something, the pure perception, the memory doesn't come in and interfere. It does not coin that words, the concept, the perception. You see things as they are. And that is awareness. That is sati. That is mindfulness. When you are mindful, you are aware, it's specific phenomenal awareness. That awareness and the thing become one, no word. That's why awareness is, mindfulness is awareness before the knowing, before the arising of the perception, aggregate of mind, the thinking, the sankhara, the mental activity, the content of consciousness. When all these go in, it becomes a thought. That's why you must listen to that video, the sharing, the difference between mindfulness and consciousness. When a person is conscious, he may not be mindful. We have gone through, that video is very good. I think Amy tried to attempt to answer it and she got it right. So that is very beautiful. Most human beings are conscious of life. That's why you are a conscious being. When you wake up, you become conscious. Then you go about living life. That's why I say they are conscious of life. But are they mindful of life? Are they truly living life? Most of them are conscious and lost in thought. They are too busy thinking, planning, and worrying about life. So much so they never get to live life. They never can be silent and within the moment to experience all of the pristine beauty and wonders of life. Within that silence, the mind is very sensitive, fully aware without thought. Nothing inside there. That's why all movement, activity, it can be aware. But it is not preoccupied with anything. It is not lost in thought. That's why it can maintain full awareness. That's why when you are completely silent without thought, you can meditate. Where all the arising of the form and mind, the sankhara, the perception, the emotion, the whatever feeling, you can become aware. Then you can know clearly how it arises, how the mind stir, react, and create all this wrong view through self-delusion, through sakkaya ditthi, and how wrong view condition wrong thought, and how wrong thought condition suffering and misery. That's why I prefer to teach the opposite. They always want to teach people what is right thought, and they always say the four Brahma Vihara state because they thought that is the only right thought. But no, right thought has very deep meaning, very wide scope. But I prefer to teach the opposite where nobody teach. What is wrong thought? That is more important. If you know what is wrong thought, then it's very easy to cultivate, to meditate, to abandon it. If you don't know what is wrong thought, then you can't. So the nearest that they have come to is, they always say, wrong thought are thought that has the evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion. So to me, if you really don't have the understanding, you are not explaining anything. Because you just quote the three evil roots, roots of all evil. But when you have the understanding, you will define wrong thought differently. Whatever thought that has the evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion, when they arise, they condition certain things. That's why what is wrong thought is very important. Wrong thought are thoughts that will condition your suffering, your misery, your fear, your envy, your jealousy, your emotion, your self-delusion, your selfishness, your emotional negativity. These are wrong thoughts. Thoughts that condition your fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, and lamentation. These are all wrong thoughts. That's why I say, whenever you are not happy and not peaceful, the wrong thoughts are there. The evil roots are there. And this way of definition is very useful. You can use it to meditate, to cultivate. Because whenever you are not peaceful, the wrong thoughts are there. The moment you are unhappy, the evil roots are there. And what are wrong thoughts? Thoughts that condition your fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow. So human being is so funny. Like I discussed with my daughter before the class start. They worry a lot. Whenever there is situation which they call problem, they worry, they panic. Especially now with the COVID-19 pandemic, they will ask Dr. Janta, so Janta, how doctor, how can I die? Is this dangerous? Why are you going to worry about all this? That's why Janta also start to know, he said, brother, they teach very good, relax, aware, silent, do not panic. Don't fear. But no amount of fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, and lamentation can help you understand things, can help you free your mind. These are negative mind states that make you deluded, heedless, and condition your suffering and misery, and lower your immune system. That's why fear is a very negative energy field. Worry is a restlessness mind of state. And all these are mental hindrance. How do they arise? Because you lack spiritual faculty. You are not mindful. You let your thought project. If you have spiritual faculty, the mental hindrance cease, the restlessness cease, the worry, the fear, the anxiety all cease. You can just be relaxed, silent, and aware. Aware means no thought. No thought means no word, no concept. Then where can there be any emotion? Like and dislike, pleasant and unpleasant, fear, worry, all this cannot exist unless you go and think and project your thought. Fear, worry, anxiety is the mundane mind's creation. So when you understand all this, you will understand what sati is, what mindfulness is, then you can explain to people and you can develop the cultivation yourself.